Hey Carla, it's Jen. I just got your message. Sorry for the wet hair, just getting into my morning and I just went out and fed the horse and stuff. So don't don't mind the wet hair and everything. Okay. So I got your message. Why does my husband continue to be friends with family and friends that have turned away from me? Okay, so first of all, I need to make sure you understand how we connect to people. It's in one of three ways. We each have a soul and an ego. And most often we're either connecting in the three ways is either ego to ego, soul to soul, if I can spit it out of my mouth this morning, or ego to soul. They are setting a boundary for themselves by defriending you on Facebook or blocking you, whichever. Now, it could be an ego action on their behalf. Obviously, not knowing the full background to know for sure, but it could be two ways. They're setting a boundary for themselves, which you should be proud of. They're modeling how to set a boundary. And again, it could be ego, because there are 90% of us who live in the ego state of being versus the soul state of being. And that's part of our journey here, is to shift that. And your relationships are the place that happens. So you have to learn to stop taking their actions personally and step back into yourself. What they do is their choice. You can't control it. And I know sometimes it's easier said than done. I get it. However, you will be a happier person because right now you're giving them your power. By worrying why they're doing this, you are and wanting it different, you are giving them your power to control your mood, your happiness, your choices. So honor the fact that they did that for themselves. Again, it could be ego, it could be from their soul. You just don't know, and to be honest, it's none of your business if it is or isn't. It's sad, but you are going to be better off for it, because this is exactly what the relationships are supposed to do for you. Okay. And if any of those aspects I've touched on, Carla, don't make sense, please ask for more clarification. I'll be glad to give you more clarification, okay? So then now, the last one, even her husband blocked me, but I barely know him. He's following suit. She's the puppeteer, he's the puppet. And a lot of people in relationships, they feel that's showing support and love rather than letting people honor their individuality. And that's ego action stuff that most people are living and doing in this life. Okay? I suppose I'm envious of the support he showed his wife. Is it support? Or is he like I was saying, is he the puppet and she's the puppeteer? Rather than allowing, like you're doing with your husband. They've not defriended him or blocked him. You're allowing him to honor his individuality. And I'm so happy that you're doing that. Does it hurt to a point? Yeah, but there's a belief inside of you that's causing you to feel hurt by it. And that's for you to look within at what your actions or words or how you're doing. There's a great quote by Rumi, and I'm going to see if I can find it because I don't want to muddle this up. So it is, go to my Insta. No, actually, I can go to someplace else quicker. But there's a great quote that describes exactly what we're to do in our relationships. And this is what I help a lot of the women do, is to step into their own independence. But we don't do it in relationships. Case in point, just like this is happening. It wasn't modeled very well for us, women at all. We were very much modeled the dependent and codependent relationship types. And that's where some of this is underlying beliefs are coming from. And you're common. You are not an exception to the rule by any means. We've all done it. Okay? So don't think you're a Lone Ranger, because you are not, my sister. Okay, so that's not the folder I want. Okay, I don't want to muddle this quote up because it began my own journey within on a lot of these very issues that you are bringing up that I've experienced. Okay, that is the folder I want. And here we go. Okay, so this one. And your husband is modeling and doing his job as a mirror for you, who's your number one mirror, by the way, on the areas you need to grow and work on. And that's exactly what's transpiring here. Okay, that Rumi quote. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And those barriers is your ego has you, it's using your old programmed beliefs to date on how to be loved and feel loved. It's your job to remove those barriers so that it's coming from the soul place in you versus the ego place. Okay? Let me just take one last look at your question. Yeah, so the support that you're envious of is going to suck the life out of you. And again, because it's none of your business. Can you admire it if it truly is from a place of support? You can, but it's just going to keep you in that ego state of being versus moving to your soul state of getting to your soul truths of what's right for you. And if you want that for your relationship because you don't think your husband is, which I don't see, but again, your ego lies, okay? And so you have to debunk those lies, those beliefs. And there's many ways you can do it. So I hope this helps you. If you need more clarification on any of the things I have brought up, please do so. It'll help me communicate it more effectively. And if you're open to, and if you're not, I understand, because our ego blocks us and it thinks, because you've currently set a safe point and it won't allow you to go within. It'll try and keep you there, okay? And that may be the case for a while, but the choice is always yours, from your soul power, not from your ego, okay? If you are willing to go in, I would encourage you to start a journal and just ask yourself questions of, what about it bothers me? Never, ever in your journaling ask the question with a why in it. Never. That's all. When you use why, think of the 2-year-old throwing the tantrum. Why? That's all your ego state of being. Because then you're like, it's like, why me? Oh, pity me type of thing. Okay. And that's all ego state. Okay. So I encourage you to just start letting questions flow. What about it bothers me? What can I do to it on my own side? Okay? You cannot control the other people. You can set an intention of how you want the relationship to be and do it all from your side so that it can change if you desire for that relationship to change. However, make sure you want it to change on a growth level and not from the ego state, so that you leave the old dynamic behind, because you don't want it to remain that way, or it's going to repeat this pattern because you're not learning the lesson. Okay, so I hope this helps you. Sorry it was so long, Carla, but again, if you need more clarifications, ask. And just start journaling, what about it bothers me? And go deeper. Don't be afraid to stay at the surface level, because your ego will give you a little bit maybe sometimes, but there's always layers. It's like in the coaching world, they use the onion reference where you're peeling away all the layers of the onion, but I'm sorry, I am no onion. I'd rather be a flower, a closed tight bud flower that you're trying to peel the layers away so that you open up and blossom. Okay? So I'm here for if you need more assistance. Just reach out, PM me if you want to, if you feel it's too sensitive for the group. However, we all learn better when someone's willing to be brave enough to model for us as well. So I hope this helps you this Monday morning, Carla. I'll talk to you soon.